Oslo in 3 words: modern, charming, expensive. Luckily, I had the chance to spend the past 4 hours in Norway's breathtaking capital Oslo, offering not only a lovely historic old town, but also modern architecture and a lovely waterfront. But now it's time to move on to one of my favorite countries in Europe, Sweden. Do I want to fly there because hotels are up to 50% cheaper than in Norway and I am stingy? Absolutely. So, let's fly to Sweden. Hey guys, and beautiful good evening from Oslo Gardermoen Airport. Today I'll be flying all the way to Stockholm Arlanda with SAS Scandinavian Airlines on board their Airbus A321 aircraft. This will be quite a short hop as the overall flight time should be roughly 45 minutes. So please make sure to have your seatbelt securely fastened, grab yourself a glass of champagne and enjoy the upcoming video with me. Cheers! Oslo's ATC tower is located landside right in front of the terminal building, and some may say that it is tall, but to me it is just average. No, I'm just kidding actually, it's pretty tall. But anyway, Oslo Airport was opened back in 1998 and is home to the infamous bankrupt low-cost carrier Norwegian Air Shuttle, as well as Norway's newest airline Flyer and SAS Scandinavian Airlines, which I am going to take today. Those of you who want to get to Oslo's beautiful city center from the airport can take the Fly2Get Airport Express train. The ride takes about 20 minutes and costs 210 Norwegian crowns for adults and 105 Norwegian crowns for students. Tickets can be purchased either online or at the ticket machine that you can see down there. By the way, I will be on board SAS Scandinavian Airlines flight SK886 leaving at 7:30 p.m. and the check-in counters should be located at concourses 1, 2 and 3. I really appreciate that Oslo Gardermoen Airport features these self-backdrop counters which can be used by passengers of not only 1 but 6 different airlines. Of course, there are also normal staff check-in counters and a service center for those passengers who may need further assistance from an airline employee. I quite like this pop-up Norwegian Air Shuttle signpost showing some of their destinations. And who knows, maybe I'll fly with them in one of my next videos. So far, I have to say that I really like the airside area of Oslo Gardermoen Airport. I've actually never been here before. This is my very first time in Oslo. Anyway, I think I've shown you guys enough of the terminal building itself now, so let's head right through the security control as my flight is already leaving in like 45 minutes, I guess, so boarding should start in 15 minutes. Let's go. Unfortunately, it seems like my flight is slightly delayed. I also just received an email from SAS notifying me about that. Alrighty, I made it through the security control within less than 5 minutes, which was like kind of expectable, as the rush hour is over since quite some hours. However, let's go through this customs gate, and now we are on our way to gate D. I don't remember anymore. It was like something with D. We'll find this out now, as we are now leaving Norway, as this is an international flight and Norway is not a part of the European Union. So, but it's part of the Schengen countries. So you don't need to go through a specific border control or border patrol or whatsoever, but through this customs or tax gates whatsoever. But nobody actually cares about them. They're just there and you go through there, so you kind of declare that you get nothing to declare and you're all set. But anyway, let's look for the gate. Airside, Oslo Airport is packed with several large duty-free shops, but also boutiques and restaurants. I must mention, however, that everything here is insanely expensive for a German. Oh, look at that! I found a Norwegian Air Shuttle Boeing 737-800 down there. Maybe this is a sign. Who knows?
Welcome to Scandinavian Airlines flight 886 to Stockholm.
Alright, the boarding process for my flight to Stockholm has finally started with 30 minutes delay, I would say. Honestly, I really don't know why, because the plane arrived here perfectly on time, like 1 hour ago or something, so really don't know where this delay is coming from. However, should be like 15 minutes delayed in Stockholm, I guess, I hope. So everything should be more or less fine. But let's head inside and check out the cabin interior. Really looking forward to this, as I have not been flying with SAS Airbus A321 yet. I don't think so. Only their CRJ 900, the 737-800 this morning from Milano Malpensa to Oslo, and their Airbus A320 Neo like 2 or 3 years ago from Stockholm to Copenhagen, I believe. Yeah, it was Copenhagen.
Sorry that we are delayed this evening.
Alright, finally settled in at the, in my eyes, best seat of an Airbus A320, at least, of Scandinavian Airlines, Airbus A321, at 25A, which is a seat right next to the emergency exit. So I got a great legroom here, as you will see in just a minute, and I also have a window on the left. So let's take a first quick look around. As I am seated right next to the rear emergency exit, there is no seat in front of me, so my legroom is simply amazing. A foldable table is stowed on the armrest, resulting in a quite narrow seat width compared to others. A sick bag, a safety card and an onboard menu flyer can be found in the magazine compartment to my left. And luckily, the view outside is also fantastic. I need to mention, however, that the window glass is kind of milky, as you can see here. But finally, here is a quick view through the cabin from my seat, which is probably the best one in the entire aircraft.
We would like to summarize some of the safety information included on the safety on board card in your seat pocket. Always keep your seatbelt fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened during the entire flight. If oxygen is needed, a panel above will open and the masks will appear, and your life is under your seat.
Alright, we finally got off block with 35 minutes delay, more or less. Are now about to line up the runway. The fasten seatbelt sign is of course switched on. Cabin crew also did their final cabin checks already. Cabin crew is absolutely lovely today. I can already say this at this point of the review, I guess. So yeah, let's just hope that we will have a nice departure from Oslo with some nice views over the beautiful Norwegian landscape. Let's hope for the best.
Good evening, my name is Thomas, and together with my colleague I would like to welcome you to us at SAS. First of all, apologize for this delay. In a few minutes we'll enter the cabin with our coffee trolleys.
We are finally airborne, and I would just like to mention that I am kind of sad that I only had 3 to 4 hours in the beautiful city of Oslo today. As I already said before, it was my very first time in Oslo and also in Norway in general, and I will definitely come back to Oslo. I was just flashed by the lovely city center and also the people. people from Norway just seem to be lovely and kind and pretty open-minded, even though I honestly did not expect that beforehand from Scandinavian guys. So yeah, cheers to all my Norwegian viewers and subscribers, specifically to those from Oslo. Really like your city. Let's take a closer look at the paper stuff in the magazine compartment, shall we? Firstly, here is the nicely designed sick bag, and next comes the onboard menu card. SAS offers a rather small and expansive selection of snacks and drinks, but also light meals like instant pasta or pizza slices. But no worries, if you're thirsty but don't want to pay for anything, you're still fine, as both coffee and tea are always complimentary on all SAS flights. And last but not least, here is the safety card of today's Airbus A321. My favorite feature of the cabin interior is definitely the USB power outlet. Obviously, however, I had no one as there is no seat in front of me. The seat itself comes with a grey fabric cover and its backrest can be leaned backward with this button on the armrest. And finally, the passenger service unit above me is a common one offering fresh air nozzles and reading lights. Do you guys know how such an Airbus A321 emergency exit is working? The yellow arming lever, which is located next to the small window, is controlling if the slide is inflating once the door is being opened with the large so-called door handle or not. Normally, all doors are armed by the cabin crew once the aircraft is moving, indicated by the command "all doors in flight and cross-check", but all airlines have slightly different door operation procedures. As this is a rather short flight, I received my tea as we've already been starting with our descent into Stockholm Arlanda Airport. But anyway, wow, it's still freaking hot. I have to place it on the table. Okay, now it goes. So, cheers on today's lovely cabin crew. They're already coming to secure the cabin. My table is still folded out, so let's drink quickly. Well, drinking tea during the landing is also quite cool. However, it makes filming kind of difficult for me, but I will try to drink this up until we are finally about to touch down, which is like in 2 minutes, I believe. But well, as you can see, the cabin lights are already switched off for landing as it's getting dark outside. Cabin is also secured, so let's hope for a nice landing in Stockholm.
Jag blir lika imponerad varenda gång återigen har våra fantastiska piloter mjuklandat cirka 70 ton på Stockholm Arlanda flygplats. Dit vi hälsar er hjärtligt välkomna. Av säkerhetsskäl så ber vi att du sitter kvar med säkerhetsbältet fastspänt, håller stoltryck och bord uppfällda, mittgång och nödutgångar fria från handbagage. Och detta gäller tills skylten med säkerhetsbältet är släckt.
Well, time to say goodbye to today's amazing seat 25A, right next to the emergency exit. Let's head outside. Ladies and gents, welcome to Stockholm Arlanda Airport, Terminal 5, I believe. Can only say once more that today's crew was absolutely on point. They were really, really nice. Just had a few words with them while disembarking the airplane. So finally, thank you guys for coming along to today's trip report. I'll now head right into the city center of Stockholm for 2 days before continuing to Poland, to Krakow. to be somewhat more precisely, but this flight will be covered in the very next trip report. So thank you for coming along to today's one, and have a lovely day. Cheers.